This is the Wii Viewer, and I'm going to review EA Playground for the Wii. Not since Game Party have I found a fun, fully motion-controlled game that's as easy to pick up and play as Wii Sports. Until now. I'm not saying EA Playground is the best Wii game out there, but just like Wii Sports, it's a lot of fun to play alone or with friends. You start off by choosing one of the kids. In this circumstance, I don't mind they didn't include the Miis in this game. It would have looked a little weird with an adult walking around challenging a bunch of kids at dodgeball. You play as a kid who comes to a playground and finds out the other kids have taken it over and littered it with games to play. In order to survive, you have to beat the lesser players to take on the better ones. If you don't have the skills to do it, you can buy stickers to give yourself an advantage. That's what the whole game revolves around. Stickers and how you collect them. You can either buy them with marbles or win them in the 7 games in the collection. My only real problem with the game itself is that all the games aren't unlocked right off the bat. It's an annoying trait that a lot of Wii games seem to be adopting. We paid for this game. We shouldn't have to wait to play the games on it, especially since there's only 7 of them. One of the games isn't even unlocked until a good 40 minutes into the game, assuming you're good enough to win all the events up to that point. To move, you use the D-pad, and it's a bit stiff. I wish you could have moved around the environment by pointing at the screen. Before I get started talking about the games, I want to tell you to put your wrist strap on when you're playing this game. Trust me, I learned the hard way. Now, since there's really only 7 different games to play, I'm going to go over each of them from best to worst. Dodgeball is about as simple as it is fun. You use the D-pad to move around, and to dodge the incoming balls, you quickly jerk the Wiimote to the right or left, depending on which way you want to dodge. You can also catch the ball if your timing's right. The matches are a best out of 3, and it can get really intense. Slot car racing is very easy to understand. Push A, and don't stop. You twist your Wiimote to the right or left to change tracks. Why would you want to do that? Because the other cars will put traps on the track. Or you might run into some red arrows that will slow you down to a crawl. The green arrows will speed you up, and you can also hit the A twice to do a speed boost. Kicks is basically a mix of volleyball and soccer. You turn your Wiimote from side to side to move the character you've selected. Then either you block or kick the balls that are coming at you. You can pass it to each other to confuse the other team. Or you can set up a super attack, which is very hard for the other team to stop. Wall ball is a game where you hit a ball against a wall. Alright, that's a bit obvious. But there is a bit of strategy involved because you can power up your hit by hitting the icons that show up randomly. Paper airplane racing is controlled the best out of all the games. You hold the Wiimote like a dart and you twist it from side to side and up and down to move your airplane. You have to avoid obstacles and go through checkpoints to increase your time to finish and win the level. Tetherball is played just like you did in school. A ball is attached to a rope and you have to get it to wrap around a pole before the other opponent does. You hit it back and forth hoping the other player misses your hit. You can hit it high or low. So there is a bit of strategy to it. Last, there's Dart Shootout. While I may think it's the least fun of all the games, it's not unfun to play. It's just something I don't enjoy. It's an on-the-rails shooter, and you have to hit targets and other players. After you win against the lesser players to advance the game, they still have some replayability, because they challenge you to compete in other objectives for marbles. You can also collect marbles on the main screen, and there's a lot to find. They're not exactly hidden, so all it takes is a little persistence to find them all. In addition to the 7 games, there's also mini-games to play, like dribbling a ball or hoops. Not only is there a great single-player game, there's also a fantastic multiplayer one. You can play any of the 7 main games against 4 other players. They even let you choose your own rules in the match. EA Playground was really fun to play, and the controls were almost perfect. It's really encouraging to see a developer look at the simplicity of Wii Sports and run with it to make a great game. Buy it now.